sound.
I have video game capture sound. There we go. Sound is up.
Okay.
Sorry for that. Sound is up. We are live with sound. So we
Yay.
have Team Murky Disco versus Team Bronze 5. Well, it's just Murky Disco versus Team Bronze 5. So Team Bronze 5 actually has their name, Team Bronze 5. So
We have Team Murky Disco versus Team Bronze 5.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, it is not Houdini. It is, so we can call him Houdini by request of his captain, but he is Houdini, named after
Houdini.
Yeah, I'm guessing Houdini himself.
Hey, so this is a best of one on Infernal Shrines. We're going to be seeing high priority on the AoE heroes. Probably an early ban on Ragnaros just for his power in a solo lane and defending with his trait, and that Sulfuras Smash is a very, very strong ultimate all around. We're probably going to see a lot of play for Gul'dan, Gul'dan, Jaina, and Kel'Thas, all very powerful heroes on this. And I personally like Sylvanas a lot on this. I know Sylvanas hasn't really been in the meta very much recently, but I still think she's very powerful.
Here we go with the start. We are starting, so we'll keep talking strat as we go here. It's not letting me start game. There it goes. What the heck?
Ooh.
It would not let me start. Let's try that again here.
Okay.
Let's try that again.
Okay, Cody. It is the start game.
I click start game button. No, I click start game button. I clicked the start game button, so we'll try this one more time. A little technical difficulty starting off here.
Technical issues.
Okay, so I have both of them on there. Okay, they're both here. We'll see if we can get them all worked out. Boop doop is swap team. Tournament draft. Team 1. Okay, we'll try this again. Swap team. Swap team.
Glad you remembered all of them.
I don't. I'm just guessing right now, to be honest.
Houdini's in the right place, or Houdini.
Yeah, Houdini's in the right place.
Houdini. That's all that matters. MV Parker was the banner, and I think Arya was the other banner.
I think that's right. This looks right. Okay.
The Bomb Diggity. Is there someone here named that? No.
The Bomb Diggity.
Someone on Murky Disco's team is named Da Bomb Diggity in Share League.
The process. All right.
Oh, nope. We lost one. One day we will start this game.
We will, yeah. We will. We're only a little behind schedule. Sorry, guys. Everything should be good. We should have sound. If volume's weird or anything, let me know. We are on a 2-minute delay, so it'll be hard for us we'll catch it, but it'll be a little bit late. We'll try to respond in chat. We have a couple members of the frat that are in chat, so they should be able to talk with you guys and answer questions.
I like that. Members of the frat. Yeah. That's good.
This is good. It's our own little frat. Okay.
We'll get you a honorary join to Triangle, Cody, so you can actually be in our fraternity.
I tried to. I went on the website, but there wasn't a join or play button. Okay. Okay, we got MVP Parker ready. Arya ready. And we'll see if we can start here. We'll try this time.
What is the button to zoom out in the game?
Control Z. So we will be doing that. Yeah, we're the only ones that you can't do that as a player. You can only do that as a observer.
Yes, but I did not know. Okay. I kept pressing Z.
Okay, trying again.
Aside from Houdini's tears littering the floor everywhere.
It's not doing it. It just keeps leaving the lobby.
What in the world?
Oh. Thanks for the follows. We're having technical issues because it's literally just booting me to the lobby. Let me relog maybe.
Okay. Thank you for the follows.
Okay, so we'll have one of these guys host it. I'm not sure why this is happening. Super annoying.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
there's bound to be technical difficulties sometimes. We'll get into it.
The start game is just literally kicking. Like every time you, yeah. I
Thank
press
you.
the start game and bounce.
Thank you, Slimch90 and Hero Physio for the follows.
Yes, thank you. Okay, there we.
Okay, are you in it?
I am.
Whoa, I am not where I need to be. I'm in the custom game, but I am picking a hero. There we go.
Yeah. In that case, we can do the website. Yeah, so we'll see how this works. We can have Arya host it. This is totally fine.
Yep. Very interesting. Has anyone else in chat heard of any bugs with the drafting system since the patch this week?
Yeah. I'll try not to make myself a referee, maybe.
I don't.
Invite. Actually, I'm gonna give you invite to game. Okay, I'm gonna give you make host and see if that helps.
You must have 10 players or computers to start the draft mode.
So you got to change first draft team to team 1 for me.
Can do that. Team 1, and privacy normal, tournament draft.
Switch Dunamis
Parker.
And the process.
Dunamis
and the process. And go ahead and give me referee. We just wanted more chat, guys. So yeah, we just wanted you guys to hear our voices, and so we just laid this as much as possible.
Love talking. So Dunamis on right team. MV Parker needs to be the banner.
Team 1, yeah, and make one of us a ref. Doesn't matter who. So we can unpause. Okay. Okay, let's try it again. Wait, Arya. Check Arya's ready. Thank you for the follow.
Thank you, Lumir, for following us.
Thank you.
Okay, we are ready. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I clicked it.
Yeah, that's what I did, and then it kicks you out like 5 seconds later.
Yep, that literally that's very weird. Huh. Okay.
Let me type. There's a different person clicking there. We can try with
I am getting a heroes draft up and running.
Second.
In case we need to do that.
So, Hero, Blizzard, yeah.
So, Heroes Draft, which team was banning first?
Murky. Team Murky.
Disco?
Yeah. So, I'm guessing these guys are going to host up one. We're going to try one where they start the game.
Okay.
We'll see if that works.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry for the delay, guys. We're having some issues with the custom games not starting in tournament draft mode, so.
Yep.
I'll have to get the website. I'll have to change this a little bit if it doesn't work, so I can get the website up and running.
I'm asking in the Chair League Discord if anyone else is having these issues as well.
Okay. Join on me, Cal.
Okay.
Okay, I gotcha.
Thank you.
Okay. So hopefully we'll try it one more time here and see if it works. If it doesn't, then we'll switch to a separate website and do the draft that way. So we'll get this working regardless of what happens. There we go. It works for them. No idea why it's not working.
Okay, well, No one's gonna believe us.
Yeah,
that
no one will
didn't work.
believe us. So.
No one is gonna believe
Okay.
us.
So Murky Disco is banning first, so we're good to go. Yeah. Apparently, we weren't set to referees though, so maybe it has something to
That's
do with being set to referees.
maybe.
Okay, so we'll switch over to game now. We have Murky Disco banning first on this. So we would expect to see, globals. Sylvanas is something that people pick on this map, but it's not always picked. It's seen a fall out of grace recently. Soon Ragnaros is a really common pick. So I would expect to see a Rag ban or
seeing
pick.
a Rag ban hover. I'm fully supportive of that. Completely expecting it.
Yeah. I would also expect to see either you got globals. Arthas has been really big. Arthas is the first ban, and he's been really big lately just because of the changes. His Frost Tempest, or Frozen Tempest, is just ridiculous on the attack speed and slow. Like, it's just so crazy. And then a Ragnaros, which we expect.
We do see the Rag ban, fully expected. But yeah, Arthas is a really good solo laner now. Like, he can hold his own against Tahaka and some other of the pretty big boys.
Yeah, the true soul laners, Arthas is doing a really good job. So that's something you see happen, and I would expect him to be banned just from the power he's gotten. And Ragnaros still so good with the Q build inside the shrine, splashing, healing for him a lot, and knocking out heroes. So very normal to see that happen. Like, I totally expect it.
Tassadar first pick.
Yeah, and this is something you see at the higher levels. You don't see it as much as the lower levels, but Tassadar is really strong on the shrines because of the ability to hit multiple minions and slow.
Yep.
That pick is surprising. That pick is surprising right there.
Yeah, that's a very early Tychus, especially after his nerfs. Do you think that was more of a deny pick on their side because they're planning on going a double tank build, or maybe they're just super comfortable with him?
Yeah, so maybe Team Bronze 5 has, maybe they have some idea with Tychus and they want to get him away. Maybe they're thinking about a Cho'Gall. Cho'Gall did get buffed. So that could be something going on. Is a Cho'Gall thinking about that pick? Or maybe they know something about Murky Disco that they want to deny.
Let's see what bands come out, or what picks come out here from Murky Disco. I'm really not sure what is coming. That Tychus pick is very interesting.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if this is throwing Murky Disco for a loop, and they're kind of wondering what to pick. We still have Sylvanas up. Other powers, you still have Varian here. You still have Vala. Yeah, Vala.
Vala, we have Gul'dan. The mages are up. All of them are fantastic. We get KT, and I actually go with a Chromie.
This is interesting. What do you think Murky Disco's thinking about going here for? I think they're gonna go solo Tass heals, or are they gonna try for Tass with another healer and a single tank?
So Vala does a lot of sustained damage to the point where if they did do another healer and a solo tank, I think they could get away with that.
Yeah.
They definitely have to be a tank that has some sort of peel, just because they have two very squishy damagers, and Chromie can stay far away, but ETC can still get in that backline. And we see Murky Disco gonna ban that Cho'Gall. The first pick on Tychus, the ban on the Leoric, that's
it's got to be Cho'Gall, right? Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
They're gonna go Cho'Gall. There's no, they banned it. You knew they were gonna go it, and he just got reworked. I haven't seen him in after the rework, but he was good. Players could be good with him if they didn't have the ability to wreck him. So I think it's a totally perfect ban. Seeing the Tychus, seeing the Leoric ban, that they're gonna go Cho'Gall, so you need to ban it. I think that was great by Murky Disco to get it out of there.
Oh yeah, just the fact that if they were actually planning that, they just completely flipped their draft 180, and Teams Bronze 5 is gonna have to figure out what they want to do now. They did go into the Malfurion and a Haka. The Malfurion ETC is a super powerful combo right now. If they land that slide into Roots, into Tongue, it doesn't matter if they don't have a ton of damage, someone is going to die.
Yeah, and Tychus, when he gets Odin, he still has that range increase. So with the Odin, Tychus can put out a lot of damage, but you're waiting until level 10 to do that. And right now, the team comp is not favoring Tychus. So it might come back to bite Team Bronze 5. This is a best of one, so they don't have a chance to really come back if this gets messed up. So that Cho'Gall ban could come back to hurt them in a little bit.
Yeah, I think they may have been going for either they're going for some very, very strong mind games here, or they were going for a bit of a cheesy strategy with the Cho'Gall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, either way, this could either be very much so in their favor, or they could be a bit tilted.
Yeah. We'll see Murky Disco pick up the Diablo, which such tight area is just really good right now. Good spot to pick. I would expect a second healer here, or a very strong sustained tank. And there's the Auriel. Yeah.
Yep. Very good with the Vala. Gonna have a lot of build. I'm expecting the Vala to be going a multi-shot build here, just to help with the clearing on the shrines. That AOE damage to give Auriel a lot of power.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And I think Diablo, they have the ability to blow up Diablo. Team Bronze 5 does. But with all that poke and the Tassadar healing, I think that Murky Disco can really, if they can poke that back line and hit the Malfurion, hit the Tychus, Team Bronze 5 is going to have a hard time staying in these shrine fights at this point.
Yeah, I agree. Even if they do manage to pick off the Diablo, once he starts getting those souls up there, he has such a high health pool that a Vala Chromie could probably pick off some of their back line, depending on what they pick here next.
Yeah,
I would be expecting some sort of burst AoE mage, like a Jaina or a Ming.
Yep, Jaina. Yeah, I was totally there. I was totally agreeing with you. I think Jaina is a good pick. I think Team Bronze 5 salvaged their idea, because I do think they were going to go Cho'Gall. But I think with their comp, they still have a team that can do stuff. I'm worried that the Tychus in his range is going to hurt them until they hit 10. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think Team Bronze 5 had a very good draft out of that. The Jaina with the Tychus, with the Titan Grenade, after he starts getting the grenade build in there, that's still going to be the finishing blow for Jaina getting them low. And with the lockdown they have, it's going to be powerful.
Yeah. And so our blue team is Murky Disco, and our red team is Team Bronze 5 for this game. So we'll see how these teams stack up. I like Murky Disco's draft just a tad bit better, but I think that Team Bronze 5 with that global on Dahaka can get a very early lead and the ability to pick people off, that they might be able to close this game out before Murky Disco can really get things going.
Yeah, so I think that Team Bronze 5 may have a slightly better shrine clearing comp here, just because Vala is really the only... I guess Auriel will be eventually as well.
Yeah. So on our blue team, we got Boop Doop on Vala, Arya on Auriel, Houdini on Chromie, Battle Pope V2 on Tassadar, and The Process on Diablo.
And on our red side, in Team Bronze 5, we have MV Parker on Dahaka, Mange on Jaina, Captain Murdoch on ETC, Cassidy 14 on Malfurion, and Dunamis on Tychus.
And we'll see if we see any esports here mid. It looks like both teams are posturing for this. This benefits the Dahaka comp because he can rotate so quickly into lane if this fight happens. We do see an early vision pop.
Team Bronze 5 definitely looking for that pick-off there. They have a lot of lockdown. They want to get that early kill, but Murky Disco sees it coming and immediately backs off into lanes to get their soak on.
Yeah. Anything weird you see about these level 1 talents coming up?
Not that I am seeing. I'm actually surprised. Or no, never mind. Tassadar is not solo healing. I am not surprised he went Templars will.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes you do see the Lightning Storm build just because, or Sonic Storm build, because of how much you get on the shrines. But I totally agree with you. Not surprising to see.
Dahaka getting a 2v1 lane top actually goes down to half health and has to use his essence right away.
Yeah, and I think the 4-man rotation by Murky Disco by Team Bronze 5 is really good. Murky Disco knows that they want to push 2 top, and this could be in their benefit. But if Team Bronze 5 can push the advantage, which they're not yet, they should be able to get some tower shots off and maybe even get a tower down early on if they push this 4-man advantage bot.
Battle Pope doing a really good job of playing safe and getting that soaked still. MV Parker top is also playing extremely safe, but their wall is getting down to about half ammo and half health.
Yeah, and right now, Murky Disco isn't losing any soak. They're able to soak the lanes quick enough that they're actually getting more of an advantage from this than Team Bronze 5 is.
The top wall is nearly out of ammo. The bottom tower is well under half health, and if Murky Disco manages to pick up this Punisher, it's going to do a lot of work here.
Yeah, and we don't even see Team Bronze 5 rotate. I know they're trying to secure 4. That's what's happening, but they might get too far behind to take advantage of this. Tassadar is staying in lane, though. This could... The Murky Disco rotates, or Team Bronze 5 rotates up fast enough. They'll get a kill here. They should be able to take some advantage of this. Ooh.
Diablo gets a good stun onto Dahaka, but Dahaka gets a pull into a lick, into a slide, and Diablo is going down.
Yeah, very good job by Dahaka to get the lick, and then the follow-up roots into Jaina and Tyka's damage. Very good job by Team Bronze 5 to get that kill, and Tassadar is still split soaking.
That is the power of their comp. That is what they're going to be looking for here. Getting that kill early, and then 4v5ing, and they win it.
Vala gets slid through. Jaina gets a nice ice, but they're letting her go. They're just going to finish off this shrine. Good idea. Tassadar still split soaking, so they are getting the experience advantage from Tassadar early on, but this Immortal could, or this Punisher could do a lot of damage if they're not careful.
Team Bronze 5 is only 8 skulls away, and they're not even a 25% way. They're not even half a level ahead in experience yet, so I'm not sure that was going to be worth it.
Yeah, and we'll see how they do this here. Vala is pretty quick at shredding down these Immortal, or this Punisher. So hopefully they'll be able to pull it over this wall and get some damage on it. If not, Team Bronze 5 is just going to keep pushing this advantage they got early on.
MV Parker on Dahaka immediately goes bottom and gets an entire wave and a half, so they catch up on experience from that alone.
Yeah. And they will get this front wall. So Team Bronze 5 will secure the front wall with the first Punisher, and that's all you can really ask for this first Punisher without a Sylvanas is getting that front wall down.
And it actually gives Team Bronze 5 the experience lead.
Yeah, so good job by Team Bronze 5 recognizing what's going on. Tassadar did get some value bottom, but not as much as you would expect. So Team Bronze 5 comes out just a little bit ahead on that first Punisher.
Dahaka going immediately for a camp in the bottom right. Jaina's coming down to help him. She's being a little bit indecisive on where she wants to go. It's going to be a 3v3 top while Tassadar soaks mid and Chromie soaks mid and Tassadar is soaking bottom.
Yeah, and I think this is a good split for Team Bronze 5. I think they're doing the right thing, soaking these two lanes, getting camps when they can, and just pushing with ETC, Tychus, and Malf.
Vala is being very aggressive into an ETC Malfury, and she has to be careful.
Yeah, and she is auto-attack build, so I think she's just trying to get those stacks early on to hopefully get that finished, that quest finished.
I'm kind of surprised not to see a multi-shot build, actually, but they're looking to get damage on her. And a slide goes through Vala, and she is at 25% health and going. A Titan grenade, or a grenade finishes her off.
Nicely done. Good follow-up, good slide through, and good route by Malf. That was just forcing her to go bot, so really good job by Team Bronze 5, and they're really putting this in here early on, putting this work and forcing Murky Disco to respond to their moves.
Team Bronze 5 is up by nearly half a level now, and they go straight for the Bruiser.
Yeah. I think this is a good play by them right now, getting this Bruiser. The Shrine should be spawning soon, so getting the Bruiser now is a very good idea. And you still have Dahaka that's split soaking bottom against Tassadar, and Dahaka should be able to hold this lane against him. I'm not sure why he's not pushing up a little bit more, unless he's just scared to give the Tassadar stacks.
We have Houdini on Chromie rotating down. They're 2 bottom lane. Well, it looks like all 5 of Team Bronze 5 are going to be coming in from the mid lane. They might be looking for a pick. They see Diablo top.
Oh, and this Dahaka speed boost should happen right now. If he can get a lick off, this Chromie will drop. Chromie's doing a good job. Yeah, good job.
Tassadar saves Chromie.
Yeah, Tassadar knowing exactly what he needs to do to keep that Chromie alive. Slows. Oh, and we're getting some good damage put out. And Chromie does have her ult, so that slowing sands will put up some work.
But Tychus manages to just walk out of it. Chromie is looking to put damage in here. Not many skulls going for either side, but Team Bronze 5 is getting pushed out.
Yeah, and they got to be careful. Team Bronze 5 is not quite 10 yet. They got to be careful they don't get picked with that slowing sands. And, ooh, ETC drops with the Chromie slowing sands and Diablo hit. Very good job.
That's slow with Tassadar and the Slowing Sands. ETC was crawling there. That was rough.
Yeah. I'm not sure why Tychus is staying any longer than he needs to. This is not going to be good for him.
Tychus does get picked off. We see Dahaka rotate top to try to get this fort. He is definitely going to get that fort down, so it's still a pretty good trade for them.
But at what cost? At what cost is he going to get this down? That Punisher goes to Murky Disco, and now they are pushing with a full Punisher. They will get level 10 off this tower.
Team Bronze 5 did hit level 10 first, but Murky Disco caught up. Jaina getting chunked by that Chromie and has to back out.
Yeah, I really like Chromie. She's going the auto attack build, but instead of taking it's 7, she's taking the reduced Dragon's Eye or the reduced Dragon's Breath cooldown. She's got straight up bomb. The Dragon's Breath deals 24% damage in the center.
So this is ultimates to ultimates. Tychus gets taken out a half health by Chromie before it even starts. They do manage to get the Punisher over the wall. Team Murky Disco is looking to punish here. Nope, they are actually going to back out.
Yeah. They were going to let the Punisher do the punishing, and they were just taking what they could and backing up. And I think that's a good strat right now. You know their ults are up. You don't want to be in a position where you're going to get caught out. Chromie thrives on just poking, so good idea on them. She's in a bad
is getting
spot.
a poke. Team Bronze 5 is looking for an engage here. Diablo is caught out. The Ring of Frost doesn't hit anybody.
Yeah.
The Archons pop into the APOC. The Chromie murders Jaina into the Tychus kill. This is a fantastic turn by Murky Disco.
Yeah, amazing job. They just stood in that Slowing Sands and just ate shot after shot from Chromie. They were, you know, trying to take the shots, and it was just not a good idea to stand in there while Chromie unloads on your team. And they did get a mosh off there, but he got almost instantly interrupted. So really good job by Murky Disco to push that advantage, use that tight corridor to have Chromie get so much damage out with the APOC following up. So very good job by Murky Disco. In the meantime, we will see though top keep almost goes to half and loses near all of its ammo while that's happening. So even though the deaths happen, Team Bronze 5 gets a really good push going on top with the camp.
Tassadar did decide to back there when that camp was pretty much already cleared and there's 3 people dead. I think they could have done a little bit of pressure onto that keep if they wouldn't have been a bit off kilter from seeing that their keep was getting attacked.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think they could have taken advantage and maybe got the well down or at least that tower down to get a little more pressure on that bottom lane. Dahaka starting the camp on bottom. It is 13-12, so Team Bronze 5 is probably going to be looking for 13 before the shrine goes up. I'm surprised Murky Disco has not already started the shrine. You know, it spawned. Ooh, they're trying some party bush here. We will see if...
Will Team Bronze 5 fall for it? They are waiting till 5 as a rotate. Jaina is a little bit behind. They don't see anyone.
Yeah, this is... I'm not sure why Murky Disco could have almost had half the mortal points right now. Oh, they will go in here, though. Murky Disco is going engaging on Team Bronze 5. Team Bronze 5 is backing up, seeing that they are down a talent tier. They back up. Looks like Dahaka does get a look on Chromie, but Dahaka is dropping quickly. The damage is coming out. Jaina is in a weird spot, but gets a Frost Ring down. Hits Tassadar. Tassadar goes a good mosh off. 4-man mosh. Silence hits. Team Bronze 5 putting the damage out. Archon is chasing Mouth, but it is not enough to get him down, and Murky Disco will try to run, but Jaina is in a bad spot. She is getting low. Tassadar drops, and Team Bronze 5 will not let this up. They want that Diablo kill, and they will get it. Very good rotation. Team Bronze 5 reacting really well. I definitely don't think that was a fight that Murky Disco needed to take at all. What about you?
So I definitely think that they were being a little over aggressive there. But Teams Bronze 5 played it really well. They waited. The Malfurion held off on using his silence until the mosh went out, and the Jaina Ring of Frost got a lot of value. They keep fighting in these super tight corridors, and it's just not working for Murky Disco. Teams Bronze 5 is just, yeah.
Yeah, so the first fight that took in that really tight corridor worked really well for Murky Disco because of the Chromie, Diablo, and they were able to set up. But that one, Team Round 5 was so split, they came in from two different directions, that Diablo and Chromie couldn't really set up like they wanted to, and that forced them to pick a really bad engage. So, and I think that Murky Disco missed a chance going to that shrine early on and probably clearing it before they even got the camp. So, and now this is going to be a really dangerous push with this Frozen Punisher and the wall already down.
The keep is already down to half ammo and half health. This Punisher, they're looking to get this keep and maybe more. They're getting really aggressive here. Parker coming all the way in. Does get stunned by Vala's ultimate, but he was already backing out. Not much is happening.
Oh, Tychus gets choked. But they got what they wanted. They're going to back out. Very good choice, I think, by Team Braun 5. They're already kind of low. Chromie thrives in these areas where she can just poke at him. So Team Braun 5, good job getting the keep, backing up, knowing you got what you wanted, getting the camp on the way out. And Murky Disco is, this is going to be a constant pressure from top lane and they have a Dahaka too. So the Dahaka can rotate up anytime to just add a little more pressure. They got to be careful of this top lane now. And
the experience is tied up back to 15 to 15. Very even game right now. Obviously, not having the top keep is going to be rough for Murky Disco, but that does not mean they're out of this.
Yeah, I completely agree. And we've seen Murky Disco. They took that fight bottom, and they got back into it after that first Immortal. So I think that, or first Punisher, I think that they can really get back into this, and they're still on even levels, and it's got to be aware of that top lane, and I think they just got to wait for their fight, make sure it's in a spot that they control instead of Bronze 5.
Team Bronze 5 is rotating as 5, looking for somewhere to get some experience, and we do see a 4v5 mid. Chromie is bottom, and Team Bronze 5 see that, but are they going to try to take that advantage?
And a quick look at quests. Almost every quest is done but Chromie's Sandblast. And that's the danger of not taking the Sandblast Pierces, is that quest takes a little bit longer to complete.
Team Bronze 5 is going to rotate up to their Bruiser camp. The next shrine should be spawning here in the next minute or so it is a good time to do that. And we have Murky Disco just splitting to all three lanes, trying to get the soak. It's now 16 to 16, even talent tiers. The next shrine is going to be a huge fight.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think that Murky Disco needs to take a fight in an area that they want. Oh, we have a pause from Boop Doop. We'll see what's going on here. Oh, Boop Doop pauses and then leaves the game. Boop Doop has had enough. I don't know if they can see us type. I'm not sure how the observer. I know the ref does, but I'm not sure how the observer link works. So, and they'll have to unpause it themselves since we do not have the ref ability, and I don't know if the ref's bugged right now, but we were having issues starting the game while we had a ref.
Yep.
So, anything surprising? Anything you've seen so far? What are we looking at?
No, I think this game has actually gone a lot of how I would expect it to go. I don't really see any major choices in terms of talents on either team that I was unexpecting. Jaina does actually go what is her 13 called that
Icy
gives
Veins.
her the lower cooldown? Icy Veins. Yeah, she is just looking for that blow up. I mean, with that Q build and Icy Veins, your Frostbolt goes down to like a 1 second cooldown and restores your mana. For 5 seconds, you can spam that thing. You get like 5 or 6 Frostbolts off. Someone just plummets in health. It is bad. I like that build a lot from her. I don't see it very much. It's a very aggressive build, but she's been playing safe enough that I think that it's been going really well for her.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it's been, she's gotten that one really solid Ring of Frost top, which came up behind, which I think was a risky move, but it paid off for them to have that split engage. And I think if they can keep doing that, because Murky Disco's team thrives so much on just containing you in one small area, your whole team, if they can continue to do those split engages and force Chromie or force Vala to kind of separate out, they'll be able to win those fights. But if Murky Disco can get that engage in a tight area where they can line up Apocalypse with Slowing Sands, with Tassadar Slow, with the Archon, with the Rain of Vengeance, they're going to be able to blow up Team Bronze 5. And if Team Bronze 5 knows that, and I think they do, they'll be able to take these engages how they want to and force these split fights for them with the double tank.
Yeah, I think that both teams definitely have the ability to win this game. The Archon into the back line of Team Bronze 5 is going to be a lot of damage and something they definitely have to look out for. And if they get a good prick on the Chromie's been doing a lot of their damage.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like Chromie has been. If we look at the numbers, I'll pull up the numbers really quick here. Chromie's actually only at 23,000 versus Vala's 26,000. But Chromie's like that chunking power of Chromie, and you guys, everybody who's played Chromie knows she can just chunk people so well. And if you get Malf or Jaina in that, or even Tychus is a really squishy here. He's not as squishy as other DPS, but he's squishy enough that you can blow him up with a Chromie, into a Sands hit. So they've got to be careful about that.
And they definitely, Murky Disco has to be careful of that top lane. There's going to be catapults with a bruiser pressure, and there's going to be a shrine coming up here soon. We're hitting level 16. The Punishers are getting very powerful. So if they just give up a shrine by doing a 4v5 into it, that's not going to end well for them. They need to clear that top lane before the shrine starts so they can do a 5v5 and look to get that Punisher.
Yeah, and I think it's crazy if you look at Ariel's hero damage numbers right now. It's kind of ironic for the Angel to have those kind of numbers. So
you can see that Team Bronze 5 is actually taking a lot of damage. Both their ETC and their Dahaka sitting around 35,000 damage taken to only 38,000 healing done by Malfurion. Oh, and we do actually have the game going again.
Nice. So Boopty is able to come back and hopefully get his connection fixed and continue this. It's been a really good game so far, back and forth. We'll see what continues to happen here.
Luckily, the shrine is mid. A bottom shrine would have been very dangerous for Murky Disco, just because of that pressure top. But we do have Team Bronze 5 taking a camp bottom before even going to that shrine, looking to get that split pressure on the map. They've been very good about this all game.
Yeah, they have been good about getting those camps at the right time. This does allow Murky to set up, so we'll see if Murky Disco can set up a team fight that they want here. It looks like they're just going to kind of play it really safe. They're kind of poking here and there. A good slide through by ETC. He gets a Mosh shot, but he only gets one. The Rain of Vengeance comes down, interrupts. Apocalypse is down. He is caught. Diablo is dropping. Oh, we have a kill, and Dahaka is burrowing, trying to get out his thing. Jaina drops. Vala is just shredding, and now on Tychus. Tychus is trying to run with that Odin, but he cannot get away. It does not have the rocket boosters it used to. And Vala is chasing Dahaka, just putting out damage. Really good job. She gets licked. If the Roots gets down, this could be devastating for her, but I think she'll be able to get away with Tassar helping her out. Amazing engagement by Murky Disco there.
So the amazing thing that happened there is the moment ETC slid in, Tassar recognized it and popped his invincible and just walked out of the mosh, and it turned a 3-person mosh into a 2-person mosh that was immediately canceled. That was, and then ETC just melted. Like, he took so much damage so fast.
Yeah, and that's that Vala. The power of the auto attack Vala build is you can shred tanks. Even with armor, your ability to shred them. Dahaka's got to be careful here. He does burrow away, but dangerous position to be in. He gets unstoppable from Mouth, probably a good thing, because I think he might have been taken out.
The EDC gets really nice power slide onto Vala and Tassadar, but doesn't manage. There's no follow-up damage to actually do anything. We see that slow again from the slowing sands and the Tassadar auto attack. It is so slow. He could not even move, and he just died because of it. That is such a powerful combo.
Yeah, another kill on Tychus. If they're not careful, and the stun, another kill. Chromie Houdini pulling tricks out of the bag. This is crazy. Houdini is hitting every single thing. Amazing lineups. And
the Punisher is about to fall, but they do get to keep with it. They are looking to end. 3 people are dead for at least 18 seconds on the side of Team Bronze 5. Core is down to 90% health, and Malfurion falls, and I think that is going to confirm the game.
Yeah, oh my gosh. The lineup, the poke, the Houdini is a magician. I mean, it says it in the name, right? Like the ability to get the hits and lining up, even when, I don't even know if you noticed this, but Diablo pushed back their, I believe it was their Jaina, and Chromie was already guessing that was going to happen and lined up for where the pushback was going to end and nailed Jaina when she hit. So amazing job by Houdini just lining up those abilities, and it all came from that early quick engage, Vala chasing everybody down. Just a really good job by Murky Disco to show that why they're why they are the team they are and so good.
So one thing I actually did notice right there at the end on Vala is that she actually went Seething Hatred. For the basic attacks grant 2 stacks of Hatred at a time and increases the expire by 2 seconds. That increases her attack speed by a ton, and her movement speed, and her mana regen. They could have taken the Manticore against the Dahaka ETC, but I actually think I like the Seething Hatred pick, just because that let her attack. It got her stacks up so much faster. It really got her onto the back line, and you saw her punishing the Jaina and Tychus.
Yeah, I completely agree. If you had to pick an MVP, Kyle, who would you pick for an MVP here?
Ooh, I think I would have to give it to Houdini. That's how we were saying it, right?
Houdini, yeah. Good old Houdini.
That auto attack build with the Dragon's Eye, it was just so much damage, and he nailed it. Like I can't count the number of times in that game that we were looking at a very solid engage from Team Bronze 5, but then all of a sudden one of their squishies was at 25% health.
Yeah.
And like, even if that doesn't necessarily take them out of the fight, just like the mental warfare that puts on a team is just thinking about, okay, can we keep going with this? Can we engage with this? Like, what happens if the Vala comes running out and gets on our backline like she's been doing this whole game? Like, it's going to kill somebody. So I think that it actually made Team Bronze 5 play a little bit more cautiously than they would normally have. And Murky Disco just took that momentum towards the end of the game and just ended it. They did exactly what they needed to do.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think they did Murky Disco did such a good job of taking the engages, playing how they wanted to play, doing this, just getting the one engage they took poorly where they got split up and engaged on, and they kind of closed the gap there, but they were able to force the engages they want, force the fights they wanted. Chromie was able to line up, they were able to poke that damage. Diablo just great engages, good follow-up from Tassadar. Like, their whole team just works so well together, and I think part of this has to go back to what we saw earlier, when they were in draft, when they probably were taking Cho'Gall, and that Cho'Gall ban came, so they were stuck with Tychus. And although Tychus did a lot of damage, he did the most damage, the comp didn't, it doesn't really work around that, and that kind of caused some issues.
He did the most damage on Team Bronze 5.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very important thing to say. Diablo, who did the least amount of damage on Murky Disco other than their healer, was only 3,000 hero damage behind Tychus.
Yeah.
And Vala at 48,000 doubled him. So you can see in the stats here that Murky Disco just had control of that game.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that too is Jaina can't get, when you have a Diablo and you have a Chromie, Jaina can't get close enough to really put out that damage without risk of dying. And I think that was another thing that was happening, is that you have those double tanks, Dahaka ETC, they go in, and Jaina, Tychus, and Mouth could follow up because of the threat of Diablo slamming in the follow-up from Chromie and Vala. So I think a really good job by Murky Disco, picking their comp and kind of forcing Team Bronze 5 to pick a comp maybe they weren't as comfortable with because of what they had, that Cho'Gall look that they were trying to do earlier.
It's a fantastic game from Murky Disco, and a really good turnaround from Team Bronze 5. If they were honestly expecting to pick a Cho'Gall, they made that team comp work even though they didn't get the Cho'Gall. However, my girlfriend's roommate locked her out of the apartment, so I'm going to have to go run there and let her into her apartment. So I'm going to have to run off a bit earlier. So if you want to continue analyzing, I'll be back in about 45 minutes and to get ready for our next cast.
Okay, so I will stop stream there. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for the follows today, guys. We will have this will VOD will be up, and we will post it to YouTube. So if you want to check this game out later, go ahead and check it out. Thanks for the game. Team Murky Disco takes it in 1, so good job by them.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Fantastic games to both teams there. And thank you again for the follows from Slimch90, Hero Physio, and Lumiere.